It's hard to talk about iPads, or mobile tablets for that matter, without taking a few moments to talk about some of the great apps that add an exponential amount of value to learning. The first app I would like to discuss with you is the amazing Skitch. Skitch comes from the fine folks over at Evernote, and it is a very handy tool to have on the iPad. It allows you to annotate in a quick and clean manner over pictures in your camera roll or pictures you take in class. You can also use the Draw a Map feature or Start with Blank feature to create an interactive tablet, or just to create something of your own. As you can see here, I've loaded up a screenshot for my camera roll, and on the right-hand side I have various tools to select from. The first of which is the arrow tool. I can just click and drag, and it allows me to draw an arrow. And now by selecting the color chooser and selecting a different color, and having the same tool selected, I can then draw another arrow, this time yellow. Now the next tool is also the text tool. Now inside of here, I simply select it and type in my word, and now it populates the picture with my word, and now I can resize it and move it around if I choose to. Now if I need to change the color of something that I've already drawn, I can simply have it selected and then choose the color palette to change the color and the size of that object. The fourth tool down on the toolbar on the right is the highlighter tool. And by selecting that and selecting a highlight color, I can now draw on top of text and have a light highlight appear over text or anything on my picture. Just below the color palette is the blur tool. And by selecting that and drawing a box around a given area, what you can do is have it blur and pixelate things out, such as faces or text in your picture. The final two tools are the shape tool and the crop tool. And by selecting the shape tool, the third one down, you can simply select your color and draw your given shape that you have indicated. And then the crop tool allows you to kind of resize and re-crop the picture that you have created thus far. And once you are done with both of those, then you can simply select the share tool in the top right hand corner, and you can either AirPlay this, email it, or send it to your camera roll. And then once you send it to your camera roll, you now have a complete picture. Opportunities exist on the iPad that mimic the teaching models we've seen with the popularity of the Khan Academy. There are a couple of free apps that achieve this, the first of which is Screenchomp. What Screenchomp provides you with is a white canvas with an eraser and 3 pins to customize along the bottom. So here I will customize my first pin to be a large pink pin. I will customize my second one by holding down the icon to be a medium-sized yellow, and then customize my third one to be a large size black. And now that I've done that, I can select any pin that is pointing up and draw any shape or anything that I want. The second icon from the left allows me to erase the entire screen. The first icon across the bottom allows you to access your camera roll. And by selecting a picture from your camera roll, you can import that into Screenchomp to then annotate on top of it. So in this case, I am selecting a picture from downtown Fresno, and notice that the Screenchomp is cut into thirds. So I'm placing the picture in that middle third of the screen there. And notice now on the bottom here, I have the top portion of my screenshot bleeding in. Now it comes down to recording. By selecting that big red button in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the countdown. And now what is happening, it is actually recording both audio and video into the screen. And so now whatever I annotate and whatever I am narrating on top of my picture will then be recorded into a single file or a single movie that I can then share online with other individuals. Now notice there I scrolled up, so by selecting 2 fingers and pushing up on the screen, I move up to that middle third of the screen as we saw earlier when I was loading the picture into it. And again, I can take 2 fingers and push up one more time and then have the bottom third there to make any final notes and adjustments. Now I can also use the erase tool to erase certain elements, but then when all is said and done, all I have to do is press that stop button in the bottom right. Screenchomp then takes me to a preview page, which allows me to review everything that I have narrated and recorded into the Screenchomp. If I like what I've seen, I can press that Screenchomp button, and then what will happen is it will convert my file and then save it online for me to share with other people, such as students or other teachers. Now, you might have to wait a few minutes for your Screenchomp to convert, but once it is completely converted, it will show you that your share has been successful, and now you can click on that share, and then we'll take you to a custom URL that is unique to the video that you just created for this Screenchomp. And once you connect to it, then it gives you a play window, just like you would see on YouTube or something similar, that you can then share with other people. And so again, here I'm just doing a quick preview to demonstrate what it will look like for the viewers of this video. Now, across the bottom, there is a share button, and by clicking that, it gives you the option to copy the link, email the link, or tweet out the link. But what I like to do is click on that open in Safari window, and so if I send this to individuals that happen to be on a desktop computer, what this gives them the option to do, it gives them the option to download the actual MP4 of this file to their computer. So then they can create a playlist inside of iTunes to kind of aggregate all of their content together.